conversation, I am going to introduce our next performer. I am very excited about what he's about to bring for you. Please, everybody, put your hands together for Jonthan Taylor! Down, forward, shoulder, be working all right. Give it up one more time, folks!
Hello, everyone. My name is Jonthan Taylor. You can call me JT. We're all friends here. But my presentation is actually going to be nothing like that. It's going to be very short and sweet, just like this topic and everything related to it. But sex is overrated, logistically. Let me clarify that, because we all know the sensation. We know the biology, the endorphins, oxytocin, all the little hormones popping off in your head. Fantastic. But mathematically, is the work put in on the front end and the back end on a continuous basis worth the effort? I disagree. So let's begin. I mean, do it from the back. Try it. There it is. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, start with some.
All right, do it again.
Okay. There we go. We're back at it. Let's start some steamy stats. Okay. So I actually use sources with MLA citations. Because the interquartile range of sex therapists says adequate. Clarify. Adequate. 3 to 7 minutes. I don't know about you. 3 minutes. Just like this presentation. It seems long until you get in it. It seems like forever. 3 to 7 minutes. Desirable, 7 to 13 minutes. That's a long time. Can you imagine being in any situation that's 7 minutes long? That's insane. Too short. 1 to 2 minutes. It seems a good time until you all pop up, right? You know what it's like when you're waiting for that last little second to go off? It feels like you're waiting eternity. Time is a construct. So off of this is ridiculous. Anyways, measured on a stopwatch, it takes an average of 5 to 7 minutes for a man to reach orgasm. Someone's capping. Someone is lying. Respectfully. The average time it takes for women to reach orgasm during sex with men. Clarify. This is hetero. Respect out of all relationships, but we're dealing with hetero in this one specific study. 13 minutes. I'm not built like that. The overall range is wide. We get it. It's called a bell curve. There are outliers on either side. Sometimes you get a gladiator, sometimes you get a rabbit. That's just my reality. Okay? So we're going to keep going. Bam! Timeline breakdown with triple P's. I'm going to break this down. We have penis possessing persons, pussy possessing persons. Okay? So let's talk about our timelines. We have introductions. You introduce yourself to someone. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Nice to meet you. You're a very attractive individual. Likewise. Boom! Introduction. Establishment of familiarity. Well, hey, you like to go skating? I like to go skating. That's crazy. It's crazy. You should go skating sometime. Establishment. Oh my God! I swear, y'all, I was not pressing. All right, familiarity. This is time, y'all. This is all time on the front end. Now, unfortunately, personality screening gets skipped on some parts, okay? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of red flags that are skipped to this step because we're so focused on that 3 to 7 minutes. I want that instant gratification. But you don't know the work that gets put in to get to that 3 minutes. All right, transportation. You got to have transportation to your penetration location. I go out. I go to a little bar. We got a couple drinks. That takes time. We get to my car. That takes time. I drive to my house. That takes time. I open the door. Go up the stairs. Take clothes off. This is just reality, y'all. I'm acting up minutes. Transportation. Then there's foreplay. So incredibly crucial. But people skip it. Because again, instant. They want the instant. That doesn't work. Then you have actual hanky-panky time. You get in, you're doing your thing. Bada boom, bada bang. And then, all that's done. Aftercare, another thing that's skipped. And then you have the dreaded step, PNC, post-nut clarity. This is where everything's made clear, and you have to look at yourself. You have to look at yourself and the person you're next to and say, wow, I spent days, months, weeks, I don't know, but everybody has different timelines. And you just look at people and be like, damn, we just did that. For like 30 seconds. And just imagine you lying next to, if you are a penis-possessing person, you gotta look at yourself and say, wow, all that for 30 seconds. If you're a pussy-possessing person, you say, wow, all that for 30 seconds. It's insane. It doesn't make sense. So we're going to keep going. Let's go do some quick math. All right, boom. Penis possessing. The average, exactly. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to show you why it's Hall of Fame numbers. Penis possessing. The average lifespan is 75 years in America. That's a decent amount of time. Break that down into minutes. 39,420,000 minutes. There's the average session. Let's say you do 30 minutes. This includes the foreplay. This includes the actual hanky-panky. And this includes the aftercare. 30 minutes. That's wow. If you did that once per week. At 20 years, this is consistency, y'all. This means you have been going at it 30 minutes a night, once a week, for 20 straight years. Hence the Hall of Fame. I'm so sorry. Hence the Hall of Fame number. I don't know anybody who's that consistent. That's actually insane. That still only amounts to 31,200 minutes. That means you have 39 million plus minutes left in your life. That's insane. It doesn't make sense logistically. If you're pussy possessing, you have 80 years, 42 million, same kind of numbers, Hall of Fame stats. You still have 42 million minutes left in your life. Y'all,
time warning.
I'm going to leave. Exactly. Don't worry, I'm right at the end. And it's like, you get to this stage. If you try to put up Hall of Fame numbers, I want you to go for it. Absolutely. But please keep in mind that those 31,000 minutes, I could be eating a pizza. I could be climbing a mountain. I could be doing something better with my life. I could be going to therapy. There's so many things I could be doing in this amount of time. So, all that to say is, if you are all sexually active, congrats. But y'all, why focus on eating pizza for 30 minutes? Actually, sorry, I worded that wrong. Why focus on trying to get some pussy for 30 minutes when you can eat a pizza for 30 minutes? And those are my MLA citations.
All right, judges. This one's pretty steamy, pretty hot. Professionalism. What you got?
Okay, first of all, as a person who's been on antidepressants since I've been 17, sex is overrated. Now, stats. I see 2020, which is recent enough to be relevant. General rule of thumb is 5 years for a relevant source. What's the first one?
First one is only 2005. So that's why I had to get a more recent one.
Okay, I will accept.
So like a track record.
I will accept the additional source as a booster. That is acceptable. Let me see here. I was wondering if you could expound a little bit on the concept of post-nut clarity.
Oh, so imagine we've been down there, okay? I've been down there. And you know, that's those animalistic tendencies to be like, I need the physical release of all the hormones that are building up in my brain. And then the moment that just flushes from your system, your brain goes into ethereal mode. You look at every single decision you've made up until this point. I say, wow, I have spent a lot of time, energy, said a lot of things that I said I was going to follow up on. Me personally, I shoot for the stars. I aim to satisfy. But that's not the reality for a lot of different people. So the post-nut clarity gives you the space to actually analyze all the things you've done leading to your next encounter.
I would like to counter with, but what about going to bed immediately?
Convincing this judge. Any questions? Any questions?
Yes. Let me start by saying that I appreciate all the statistics and figures that you included in your presentation. As I mentioned, I'm a very visual learner. But if you wouldn't mind scrolling back to the quick maths slide,
Yes.
this is where you lost me. Because I'm looking at these numbers and I'm seeing several orders of magnitudes of difference between the minutes spent on doing the deed, including all the things that you mentioned lead up to that, and the amount that you have still left to live your life. So could you explain, I guess, to me it seems like it's such a small, insignificant number that it's like not that deep.
In multiple ways.
Yeah,
So
and as I was saying that, I feel like maybe okay, no, you say yours.
You know, it's okay. It's okay. Well, exactly. That's the issue, because I wanted to account for people who shoot for the stars in terms of frequency, versus people who appreciate quality over quantity. So, you say once a week. I wanted to say an average of 30 minutes, given time before and after and during. Now, you can do 30 to 45. There was a difficulty trying to make one assessment that accounted for a wide range of data, given the fact that everyone has different sexual experiences. So, this was my on the low end average, still Hall of Fame, because 20 straight years of once a week, it's pretty audacious numbers. So, I try to space it out rather than multiple times a week versus consistency.
All right. Last but not least, we've already touched on audacity, but Liz, do you have any questions?
I do. So are you in therapy? No.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. And I guess my last question for you would be, what do you ask yourself the most during your post-nut clarity?
I ask myself, do you feel the same way about each other?
That's why I nut before I go on the date. Thank you. Thank you.
JT, any last words here?
Y'all, eat some pizza, y'all. Go outside, get some sunshine.
And give it up for JT, everybody!